let's see. I'm happy to sort of answer questions that you might have, or yeah.
How did it go in there?
It seemed to go pretty well. I mean, it seems to be well received. I was definitely sort of, also just trying to get support for selling cars, being able to properly sell cars in Texas, and which we're not currently allowed to do. As you guys know, it's sort of like slightly convoluted. You have to sort of order it through California. This doesn't make sense. And we're just looking fundamentally for people in Texas to have the right to decide how they want to buy their car. So that's really what we're aiming for in terms of the legislative change.
Any sales tax incentive?
That may be a bridge too far. I think if step one, if we can sell the cars, properly in Texas, then that would be a huge win. Right now we're essentially we're selling cars through word of mouth, just through you guys. So yeah, thanks for spreading the word of mouth.
I presume you pulled your punches on the hypocrisy of the current laws.
Well, I'm not sure I pulled my punches all that much, but I definitely the laws don't make a ton of sense. And I did sort of I try to explain like why is this law in place, because people understand like why was it put there in the first place. And the reason the law is there, it was originally put in place for a just cause, which is the big car companies were trying to disenfranchise their franchise dealers. Particularly Ford under Jack Nassau put a lot of pressure on the car dealers to sell their franchises back to the corporate parent at a really fire safe, low price. And so the auto dealers went to the state legislature to seek protection for these sort of nefarious actions, and they got that protection. But the law was overly broad and prevented even new car companies that had never granted a franchise and were just selling direct from being able to sell cars. So now the auto dealers are using a law that was put in place for a just cause. They're using it for an unjust cause, which is not right. So I think it's just important for legislators to understand the original rationale for the law and why it made sense. And was a just thing then, but is in fact an unjust thing now. A company that has never granted a franchise should not be forced to do so.
I mean, most other businesses, franchises dealt with on a commercial basis, so that's one thing that I understand.
Yeah, and there's certainly a wide range of things. I mean, McDonald's has both franchises and company-owned stores, and those are okay. And we're not forced to franchise in any other part of the world. And I did point out that there's a fundamental conflict of interest with the dealer groups. If they're making the vast majority of their money from selling gasoline cars, particularly with gas prices being so low, it's really difficult for them to argue or to install the benefits of electric vehicles. They would be shooting themselves in the foot financially. So it's not as though that's actually a path that would work right now. Maybe at some point in the future, but it certainly wouldn't work today when electric cars is such a small percentage of the market.
We'll do one more question. With the price of gas down now, people are short-sighted. So I think it's going to impact like further research and development and battery and even all other alternative power sources.
You mind looking over here?
Sure. Sorry, it will be.
You think it'll impact the
electric cars
around battery, next generation battery development, or just use of alternative resources?
Sure.
The low price of gas.
Yeah, I think the low price of gas is certainly unhelpful for electric cars, but it's not a night and day thing. It does reduce the economic forcing function to go electric, and in general, I think does create a much bigger risk of a climate, a real serious climate problem, because the extractable oil and gas is probably 10 times more than it was before. So whatever issues would have been caused by X amount of CO2 in atmosphere and oceans, now if it's 10x, it's going to be a lot. It's going to be 10 times more significant. But I think really the key to successful electric cars is just to make sure that we produce compelling cars at a price that makes sense. So as long as the electric car is the best car for a given price, I don't think there'll be any problem with demand. It might take a little longer, but as long as the price to value is there,
us too. We love our Model S. So.
Yeah.
Well done.
Elon, how's the get Tesla in automobile racing? Hopefully, we'll show those gas-powered cars.
Yeah. We might do that at some point. Yeah. So, all right.
How's the battery swap going?
It's good. We actually just had that operating in California right now, so we'll see what the demand is for the pack swap. And I mean, I'm inclined to believe that high-speed charging is really the best way to go. But we're going to deploy the pack swap and then let the market decide, let the consumers decide what they want.
Thank you for coming to Texas.
Very good. Okay, sorry, and I've got to head out. So thanks everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.